Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. So, I'm going to do another edition of Mike at the Movies, a real short one, though. People who follow me, who've been following me actually from years ago, back in 2009, I used to have a blog called What Do We Think? And I did movie reviews. So now I'm trying to transition with this YouTube channel, and it's problematic though because when I show clips, I get blocked from YouTube. So it's sort of tricky. What I do, what I have been doing, instead of downloading the actual clips, I'll hold up my phone, like not too close. It's kind of a, if you put it too close, you'll get blocked. But if you hold the phone back slightly, but anyway, that's not the point. I just want to. Basically, I show the phone or the clip just to add to what I'm saying. So, Netflix is streaming. There Will Be Blood. One of the, I mean, would it be top 10 greatest movies of all time? Perhaps. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Paul Thomas Anderson, who directed this film. And Daniel Day-Lewis. Holy shit. Hello, Michael Tabor here, back again, Tabor Talk. So, I usually just live stream this. I usually don't edit it, but I was interrupted here. Real life and truth. So I watched the 2-minute video I already taped early, and you could see that I'm holding up Roger Ebert's yearbook from 2011. I've done a couple of videos on Roger Ebert. I'm a huge fan. I loved his writing. I enjoyed the TV show as well. Some people thought he was, over the top in his fighting with Siskel and Ebert. I liked the show, and what really turned me on was his writing. He is just incredible. And by the way, there's a documentary that was released a few years ago, right after he died, on Netflix, and I forget the name of it. You could probably find it. Just plug in Roger Ebert, and really poignant and interesting. What an interesting man he was, Roger Ebert. Starting out with the newspaper in Chicago. So anyway, I've done a couple of videos. If you're interested, go to my channel and look it up, whatever. So, okay. So There Will Be Blood. By the way, Roger Ebert gave it 3.5 stars out of 4. He said almost perfect. He had some criticism. I'm not going to go through his review. I absolutely love the movie. Paul Thomas Anderson, like, say no more. I've done a couple of videos on him, so I'm not going to repeat myself here about Paul Thomas Anderson. But my goodness, the production, the oil refineries, like, oh my God, it's just incredible. The filming style, and of course, Daniel Day-Lewis, arguably the greatest actor, living actor, greatest actor ever. He's just, what can you say? He's just fucking awesome, So, what I really wanted to talk about, it's not so much a movie review, but I wanted to talk about how this movie affected me, and personally, how I could relate to a couple of scenes. Okay, so Daniel Day-Lewis's character. What's his name? Let me just give you the name here. It's Daniel Plainview. All right, and his interaction with Paul Dano, who's this preacher. Actually, Paul Dano plays two guys. They're twin brothers. You don't see them together. It's a little confusing, but it's interesting. So, the one brother was the one who actually recruited Daniel Day-Lewis to work in his land. He said, "Oh, there's oil, blah 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 blah," and Daniel Day-Lewis came into the town and he got it for cheap, blah blah blah. So, and then his brother is this preacher, Eli. So this is where I want to get to, and I'm going to show you a clip of the last scene of the movie where everyone talked about this scene. Whoa, okay, so this guy is. This Eli preacher is one of those evangelical bullshit artists, con artists. He heals people, and there were a couple of scenes that are just terrific. Paul Dano is incredible. Like, he's healing this old woman's arthritis. Okay, so I used to know a guy. I no longer speak with him. His name was K. Scott. All right, I'll leave it at that. His first name. Um, but he was like this evangelical guy, and he was like, "Oh, Jesus, this, and uh, I have the power of healing." Well, what do they call it? Intercessory prayer, or he believed with his touch that he could heal people. Now, back in 2014, I had this very serious condition. I actually still have it. I'm not going to talk about my health, but it was life and death, and I was very, very sick. And I was talking to him, and it was probably the worst thing I've ever done. This guy was a piece of shit scumbag. It was all about his ego and all of that, you know? So he didn't give a shit about me, and that's what reminded me of this film here. So there's a part where his son, Daniel Day's son, young son, is like 9 years old, and there's an accident, and he loses his hearing. And you see in this one scene, like he grabs the preacher and he's going, "You fucking bullshit, you're gonna heal my son." Boom, he's smacking him, hitting him. He goes, "Yeah, you fucking full of shit." He actually picks up mud and puts it in his face. He goes, "Listen, man, this is not a fucking game. Like you're this preacher asshole, fraudulent, phony baloney." And well, not really a friend, same thing, like, stop. Real people. So, okay, let me show you the last clip of the movie. And it's not the full scene, but part of it. And I think you'll see what I mean. Okay, so sorry about that, I was interrupted again. So Daniel Day Lewis needed a tract of land, and from this one guy was holding out. And so the only way he could get it was if he went to this guy Eli's church and to say, like, "I accept Jesus, blah blah blah." And this preacher totally humiliated him. It was. I'm not going to show you that scene. I'm going to show you the last scene. So the preacher gets his comeuppance, and now the preacher comes to because he's broke, he's busted, and he's coming to Daniel Day-Lewis. He's the rich guy, he's miserable, and he's fucking drunk and all this and that. Listen, Daniel Day-Lewis is a bad person, this guy here, Plainview. But anyway, what I liked is what he says to the preacher, what he does. All right, this is just half of the clip. Here you go. You can see there's a bowling alley here. Check this out. There's a okay. He actually has a bowling alley. He's rich in his house, but here we go. Here it is. There will be blood. Okay. And
did you think your song and dance and your superstition would help you, Eli? I am the third revelation. I am who the Lord has chosen. Because I'm smarter than you. I'm older. I'm your old friend, Daniel. I'm not a false prophet. Help me, sniveling boy. I am the third revelation. I am the third revelation. I told you I would eat you. We're family. I told you I would eat you up. We're brothers. We're brothers. We're brothers. Please forgive me. I beg your forgiveness. I beg you.
sorry for that email interruption there.
Mr. Daniel? finished.
Okay. Pretty intense. Gotta see that movie. So, listen, I felt the way I felt toward this guy that I knew, my friend or whatever. Listen, I'm not going to smash the guy's brains in, but I felt like it. I mean, this guy, what he did. I've actually done a couple of videos. I hate keep repeating myself. I've done videos. Go to my channel, but I've talked about this a lot. These hypocrites, these holy rollers who think that they're a conduit to God or Jesus or the higher power. So anyway, I'll end it there. Watch the movie, Daniel Day-Lewis, Paul Thomas Anderson's There Will Be Blood. Okay, and that note, good friends, good boats, and a sleepy conscience. I hope you enjoyed that.